Could the Colorado Buffs land their next four-star linebacker this week? And we're talking about Big 12 Media Days as they kick off this week as well. How will the Buffs show up? What's going to happen? The questions they're going to ask, what we can expect, how you can watch it, all those great things. And we'll talk about a commit where it seems the Buffs may be sliding away from them because they are not in their top four. Let's roll the intro. Let's get after it, boys and girls. Come on. Boy, oh boy, I'm telling you, college football season has arrived. College EA Sports, the game dropped today. If you bought the deluxe version, the early version, the rest of it will come out Thursday for the gamers. You're excited. It's going to be exciting to get to use these new players, see how they work in the game, especially for the Colorado Buffs. That first kind of real taste for the college football season. But let's talk a little bit about this corner, the linebacker, Rodney Colton Jr., that is down to his top three. Now, why is this important here? Because Penn State was somebody that was favored early on, but now, as you can see, his top three are no longer involved with it. So it's going to come down to Ole Miss, Colorado, and Florida State. In a recent interview, he said, listen, I'm kind of sick of the whole recruiting thing. And when you talk to recruits, I've talked to a handful of them, and just through interviews, they love it at first, but this thing gets exhausting because their phone's blowing up. They're constantly being just pestered. And I know what you're thinking. They're getting flown around. Listen, it's great. It's cool. It's all these things. But at the same time, they still want to have a life. And a lot of these guys got to pay to get into from places and front that bill when they're going through this entire process and their phone is constantly blowing up. And look, it gets old for anybody. So he says he's ready to kind of be settled with it, be done with it, going to sleep on it, pray on it, and really feel where he's going to fit best. As of now, no really recruiting site has a true crystal ball, which I love. That always seems to favor Colorado when nobody knows where they're going to go. That's where Colorado kind of comes in late and swoops it up. So this will be one that we'll be monitoring. He commits on the 12th, so at the end of the week after what will be an exciting Big 12 Media Week. So we'll be sure to, if that does pop, we'll be all over it. We'll talk about it. So turn the bell on in case it does happen. You don't want to miss it. Now, another one that we've talked about on this show, actually, four-star wide receiver Jace Matthews, where Colorado felt like they were in a phenomenal place earlier this year. Seems that his top four have now come down to Ole Miss, A&M, Auburn, and LSU. And a commonality with the four of these schools is they've all dropped some bag and some cheddar. Now, A&M, they are hunting for that top class this year. LSU as well, they have done some phenomenal work. I think right now they have the highest rated class from a overall perspective, right? From just a true quality, not quantity, right? I think it's like a 94.4. Auburn has taken some massive hits as of late. So they're in a really kind of hungry and desperate place to move up quickly. And Ole Miss, they kind of just always hang around. They're not really too aggressive because they float around in the portal as well. So this isn't over, but with this new era, this new age of after July 1st with the rev share era, we saw it with Felix Ocho, the five-star offensive tackle that signed a $5.1 whopping $1 million deal with Texas Tech. That was all fully guaranteed. That was after the rev share. Fully guaranteed contract. Things are changing, right? So when you see these guys commit and lock in and sign this contract, they can also negotiate contracts prior to getting on campus now and sign off on contracts, I believe, or at least negotiate them before getting on campus when before they technically weren't supposed to. So this leads me to believe that a lot of these commitments are probably going to stay 80% locked going into December, when in years past, it could have been more of a 50-40, right? Where you really had an opportunity to flip somebody. So now that it's truly over, but that's my thought on my take, my perspective on that, just because of this new age, this rev share era that we're in, where you can really kind of show up front how things are going to be working. Now let's talk about the Big 12 Media Days. Coach Prime will be talking July 9th. So July 8th is Tuesday. He will be talking on Wednesday, July 9th. How you can watch that, that's going to be important, which this is huge for the Big 12. It's going to be on ESPN2. The whole thing will air on ESPN2. It'll also be on ESPN Plus and ESPNU. But for the fact that it's on ESPN2 is massive for them because it's just the coverage. The exposure they're going to get from this event is much bigger than in years past. I mean, last year I think I had trouble finding the Big 12 and watching it, just because it was timing, what have you. I know the SEC, they have their own network, which is big, but ESPN is global. It's way more bigger than the SEC network, because SEC network, you are going to SEC for that particular brand only. It's a big brand, but nothing quite like ESPN brand is. Now, also too, they're gonna have Microsoft there. They're partnering with them, so you're able to get the transcripts through Microsoft 365. That might be something cool to some people if you're wanting to get it and you can't watch it, but you can pull the transcripts, read them yourself. that'll be something that I will be definitely tapping into to get into those transcripts as easy as possible so I can read them if I'm not able to watch it as well. Be really excited to hear from both quarterbacks to get how that battle is going. This will also be the first time we've heard from Coach Prime since he kind of had that health situation where he stepped away for a bit. This will be the first time we've heard from him from that. So I'm sure he'll be asked about that. He'll be asked about the quarterback room. He'll be asked a plethora of questions given just the changes they've had in this offseason. I'm excited to hear about their new coaches, how those are all doing. I'm glad that Jordan Seaton's going to be there because obviously offensive line has been something that has been having its ebbs and flows. Excited to hear his perspective. I've always, since Seaton has been there, kind of had that weird bumpy path, and we talked about on the show before he was at Colorado. It's kind of his whole commitment was a little weird, but since being there, I think he's been a phenomenal staple. Has really represented what it means to be above, and just represented what it means to be an all-around phenomenal football player. And how you carry yourself, how you come in as a 5-star freshman and lean into it, understand your role, but then the next year really take a step forward. He's done phenomenal things and has been fun to watch. As well. Obviously, defensive back DJ McKinney will be there. Get to hear about how that secondary is with the departure of Shiloh and Travis and others as well. And again, most importantly, it's going to be great to hear how Salter talks about Julian, how Julius talks about Salter, and how everybody talks about everybody to get a feel and an idea of how things are going. And also, what's going to be really exciting is because this is coming off the back of Felix Ocho's commitment, right? Which it was to Texas Tech, which is Big 12 Media Day. So that is going to be, I believe, a major topic of discussion from Texas Tech. I'm sure Coach Prime will be asked about it because they're in the aligning conferences. So this Big 12 Media Day has the potential to be electric. I got to tell you, last year SEC was big. The Big Ten kind of was a little bit of a snooze fest from what I recall. The ACC was a dumpster fire, and the Big 12 had some lust because, again, when Coach Prime puts himself in front of a mic, people want to tune in and listen. The Big 12 has had a ton of movement this year with Texas Tech, the BYU situation, Arizona State doing some big things. So it's going to be really fun to see how this all shakes up. I'm really excited about it if you can't tell. We're going to do our best to talk all about it. So if you guys want to know more about it and keep your eyes and ears on it, turn the bell on, smash the like button. Hope you guys are enjoying this kind of content that we are pumping out. We're having a great time doing it. So that's all we got. Let us know how you guys are feeling about all these things about Rodney Colton. Do you believe we'll land him? All that stuff. And we'll see you on the next one. Peace and love, baby.